sexual abuse, homelessness, drug addiction, promiscuity, hope for help, depression, business are just some of the subjects discussed today on Reclaiming My Life with the author of Amazon's #1 best-selling book, Reclaiming My Life. Here's television and radio host, Claudia Massey.
Hello, good people. Look, y'all, thank y'all so much for tuning in today to the Reclaiming My Life show. I am excited, y'all. Today is a beautiful day. Let me tell you, it's my husband's birthday. So happy birthday, hubby, James Massey. Yes. Look, y'all, let me tell you, it's the beginning of the year, y'all. We want to make sure we're doing things right. We don't want to get down to June or July talking about I haven't accomplished any goals thus far. Sometimes we have to let go to reach our goals, right? We have to let go to reach our goals. Let's listen to Reach by none other than Miss Robyn Hood.
Clouds, higher than the moon, higher than the sky. Keep on reach, way beyond the clouds, way beyond the moon, higher than the sky. Keep on
I said I'm reaching for the moon, but still amongst all stars. Like beans, I'm getting large. Secret streets, I'm fully charged. Got a lot of my sleep, beyond spitting and rolling trees. First I was West Philly bred, so instead I plant seeds. Natural born hustler, roots deep, peep the leaves. I need that lifeline, sis, so I'm breathing and just believing. Cause I'm miseducated, my people hate it now. Half of them faded and feeling underrated. Stolen and took, homes gentrificated. Slave ships, the MVP list, still getting traded. Jeans dipping low, all emasculated. Know that makes you feel tougher, but trust they lied to you, brother. Neighborhoods abandoned and stranded. Crooks got you shook, dealing cards, all underhanded. Now, who really wants to get back? Wall Street, rap dealers, they all hacking blacks. Lives matter, face facts, Kayette, they chat to Robyn.
Reach higher than the clouds, higher than the moon, higher than the sky. Keep on
We reaching
way beyond the clouds,
way beyond the clouds,
way beyond the moon,
way beyond the moon.
higher than the
V3,
sky.
you and me, and to the rappers. You say you spit conscious, so where your conscience at? Using those nouns and verbs, those words that hold us back. You spit that same old lame-old lyrical crap. I peep you grinding your hustle, but how you giving them back? You seen the world, but took the hood off your map. Don't come around the block no more, you been there and done that. So I gotta be a pusher, just like Pusher. Except I don't sell crack, I'm just trying to sell some records, put my hood on the map. Cause
now I've been broken down and I've been broken in, but I can't begin to tell ya just how thin the line is when you start to see success from failures. Ooh, I could have been there, but I would rather be here. Now I ain't trying to preach, but can you tap your neighbor on the shoulder, tell them to reach higher than the clouds, higher than the clouds, higher than the moon, higher than the sky. Oh, keep on reach, way beyond the clouds, way beyond the clouds, way beyond the moon, way beyond, higher than the sky. Keep on reach, higher than the clouds, higher than the moon, higher than the sky. Keep on reach,
AKA Dre, AKA Stacy Marks, and the list goes on and on and on. Y'all, please come on, help me welcome the beautiful Miriam Hyman to the show today. Welcome, lady.
Hey, how you doing? Thanks so much for having me.
Look, I'm so excited. I'm excited. Let me tell you how excited I am. The devil trying to mess with me today. Okay?
Always. The enemy's at work, so we gotta be on it. Be vigilant, sis. Be vigilant.
Yes, indeed, y'all. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if I'm talking a little louder today, I'm sorry. When I say things are off, I do not have my regular engineer in the studio with me today. I hear static in my ear. Y'all, I've been so hyped to interview Miss Miriam all week. So let me tell you, the enemy's so mad right now. But
We're going to get it
all
done,
right.
though. We're going to get it done, Miss Massey. Let's go.
Yes, let's go. Yes, indeed. Look, I'm excited. I'm so excited. I wish this was in person because let me tell you, I want to embrace you. And that will happen. Congratulations to you for all, and I do mean all, look, that you have done, are doing, and what's to come. Congratulations.
Thank you. I truly appreciate you. Thank you again, like I said, for having me. Yes. And I feel embraced. So, this is good.
Yes. Awesome. Well, look, talk to us. There's so much to talk about because you're doing it all. I'm talking about acting, the music, the voiceovers. But let me just ask you, I'm like, how do you do it all? Number one, like you are so multi-talented. To see you rapping, to see you acting, to see you doing the voiceovers. I'm like, who is this woman? Like, how do you pull all of that out of you to do all the things?
Yeah, well, there's a lot of hours in a day. And so I like to just take full advantage. I'm up in the morning, like, good morning, Mercy. I'm super grateful, super thankful to be able to be multifaceted and to just really sort of live out my dreams, in the best way possible. So, I mean, I'm very interested in a lot of different things, and I feel like the sky's the limit, and I don't hold myself back, from doing anything that I'm interested in. I just go for it, whether it's music, like you said, voiceovers doing, animation or video games or commercials for radio, TV. I'm out here. I'm trying to get it done,
Yes, baby, you out here. I love it. I love it. So look, let me ask you now. I mean, you sort of fell off on us with Dre on the Shy, right? I'm like, wait a minute. Where'd Dre go?
Right.
But,
right. It's nothing but love for my Shy community. I'm super happy for all of them for what's going on with, season 8 and all that good stuff. So, things just sometimes they shift, within your career, but I'm grateful for the opportunity, all the seasons, all the episodes that I appeared in and everything. And, I'm grateful to have had that opportunity. So, it's no love lost or anything like that. You just, sometimes your career shifts, you go in different directions, and yeah, it is what it is.
Yes. And I love that. And I have learned to be excited for people, because, we look at it like, oh, she's leaving. And a lot of times we don't look at it like, oh, she's advancing,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
To be excited for people.
Yeah. And any time where it seems like something might be taking a shift and maybe it seems like bad, that doesn't always have to be the case. Every situation that I'm in, I'm always taking advantage of how I could grow, from this particular shift in life. And there's always, great news every single day that I wake up. That's great news.
Yes. Yes.
So, I'm grateful. I look forward to receiving great news every day. And it's always a blessing. So, like I said, it's all good,
Yes.
Yeah.
So, of course, now we have our Shy fans, who are excited to have you here today, like, oh, it's Dre. So we got to talk about that a little bit. Let me ask you, what is one of your favorite scenes or memories from being on the Shy?
Actually, one of my favorite scenes or one of my favorite episodes was my first episode when I was introduced. So this is the top of season 3. I'm coming in fresh. I'm a brand new character. And we had the wedding scene. And so for me, it was really exciting to be joining not only the cast, but joining the family. Mm-hmm. And that was really enlightening, for me to be able to be impactful in that way and for people to see what a different type of a family structure can look like. Mm-hmm. And it resembled a lot of family structures, that are out there. But just to have 2 partners that are loving, caring, looking out, for these kids that are coming up, she's not a biological parent or anything like that, but definitely tries to be supportive as much as possible and, just really loving. And so that probably is like one of my favorite episodes for sure. And then, I did, a total of 32 episodes. So there's a plethora
Yes,
of,
yes.
of great, episodes and scenes. But yeah, I loved every moment of it, working with all the different cast members. I was fortunate enough to have my music placed in a couple of episodes, so that was super dope in season 4. So it was nice to be able to have my music on the show, and then I'm acting on the show simultaneously. So get all those goodies working in tandem. So
Yes.
that probably was one of my other favorite episodes, was having the music featured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, y'all, let them know 32 episodes. Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Look, and I love that, you said, talked about the family dynamic, because there are a lot of family dynamics, in the world. So for you to to choose that particular, scene and episode, I love that. Thank you for that. Yes.
Of course.
Yes. Come on. Now look, Power. Y'all, look, I just got to pause.
Let's go. Yeah.
Look, does it really have to be over?
I mean, again, it's like, I had another interview when they were asking me, how do you feel with it ending? And I said, it's bittersweet. Obviously, I think with all the work that I did and my castmates did, we could have easily gotten a season 4 and a season 5, to be honest. But things shift, and when they shift again, it's like, time to move on, do new things. And again, grateful for that time. I love playing U.S. Attorney Stacey Marks. Totally different from Dre, and that's what I love to do. I love to show my versatility and switch it up, and really give audience, fans, the supporters, a different version of me. I'm always gonna switch it up. I never look.
You gave it to us.
Days in a row.
You gave it to us. Let me tell you, I was like, from Dre to Stacey Marks.
Yeah.
Who is this woman?
It was like night and day for me. And I loved it. Everything from being able to switch, the hair up to, like, the first episode that you see me in, actually in season 1 for Power. I'm in the finale episode, and I had these, beautiful long braids. And moving forward, they wanted to switch it up, I think, to make her look like she was more in the political realm, and, how we see Black women, today. Typically they have, straight hair or, permed hair or whatever, or they're wigged, or something like that. So I think they wanted to shift, into that direction. But for me, I was like, hey, whatever, I wanted to be able to switch my hair every episode, like typically Black women we do,
right.
We're constantly shifting and changing our hair up, but they had some different ideas. And so I went along with it, and I really just try to make the most of it. But yeah, shout out to Stacey Marks. Shout out to Powerful Force.
Yes. Let me tell you, you left a mark. And let me tell you, I'm giving you a standing ovation. I'm bowing. I'm taking my hat off. Baby, I'm blowing kisses. I'm doing all the daggone things because you did that. You did that. Yes. Yes,
I'm receiving all the flowers, and when I meet you in person, I want my hug now.
Let me tell you, ask anybody who know me now. That's my thing. Everybody be like, "That's your ministry." Oh, that feel good.
Come on.
Yes, indeed. So look, let's talk about these voiceovers now. So, are you teaching voiceovers?
Well, I had my first workshop a couple of days ago. It was my first master class, and I absolutely loved it. I had a class full of really lovely students, people who are just really interested in that level and that type of business. Voiceovers can be very lucrative. And I studied voiceovers when I was in graduate school at Yale School of Drama. And I understood, like, oh, okay, this is another door that can be open. And like, why not, go into it and try this? And just doing voiceovers alone, there's a myriad of things you can do. Like I said, you can do voiceovers for video games, animation, like cartoons, radio spots, TV spots, internet spots, so there's a plethora if you want to get into that business. So the class that I taught focused on all of the above, and it was wonderful. People are already asking me, when are you going to do the next one? Are you coming to New York? Are you
So you're in Philly, right?
Well, I'm originally from Philly, but I currently live in Los Angeles.
That's right. I keep forgetting. Yep, you are 3 hours behind. So yes, thank you for being here today. Yes.
Of course. Yeah. But I'm a Philly girl all day.
Okay.
Go Birds.
All right, so y'all, she in LA. So okay, all right, I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. I love it. Let me
Yeah.
ask you. So upcoming projects. What's next?
Yeah, so I'm a little limited. I can't actually talk about like what I'm currently working on, but God is good. I'm booked and busy.
Yeah, look, praise
But yeah,
God.
the next thing that you'll see me do, all I can say is it'll be totally different than what you've seen me do in the past.
Uh-oh.
So again, flipping the script, switching it up, on people, and I feel like that's part of one of my gifts, to be able to kind of shift and shape and be able to do different things and to help to tell stories, and you tell stories, you're in different shoes, so every time you're in different shoes, you're telling a different story, a different way of life, a different way of being and going about things. So that's all I can say.
Look, I felt like I got a hint.
Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations. We're excited to see. We're excited to see, because I know anything that you do, because you've proven it, baby. It's all good.
Thank you.
Good.
What's up? Come on. I need you upset with me. I need you to be my coach.
Yes. Look, I love it. I love it. So I'm excited. So at the beginning, now look, we played your song Reach.
Yeah.
I love it. I
you.
truly do love it, because this show here is reclaiming my life.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, people aren't reaching for the stars. They say they want to reach for the stars and the moon,
Right.
and all the things. But,
Right.
a lot of times we don't realize that we have things holding us back, holding us down, things we
Absolutely.
don't want to let go of,
Yeah.
to reach. So was there anything, early on in life, and I'm asking early on in life, because we've seen you, for many years now doing, everything. So early on in life, was it something that you said, look, I got to let this go so that I can reach, to be the successful woman you are today?
Listen, I feel like I'm doing that every day. Like you said, the enemy is at work. So I got to be over here double time praising my God and pushing through.
Yes.
But it's funny. When I wrote Reach, that was actually the first like full length, song that I actually wrote. And the night before I wrote the first verse, I had met Lauryn Hill. I was at a show in Harlem and she was performing and everything. And I got the opportunity to go backstage and meet with her. And we had a lovely conversation. And I was home probably 2:00 in the morning. And I'm like out with the pen, just writing bars. And I've been through a lot of trials and tribulations, of course, in my life, as we all have,
Right.
but I've taken everything that has been negative and I've spun it into positive energy, which I feel like we have to do in order to keep going, in order to keep pushing. And, we have this saying at Yale, which is breathe and believe. And so I added on to that. I'm like, breathe and believe and you will achieve, So, listen, I've been through a ton of things, growing up in Philadelphia, growing up in the inner city, a more impoverished, community, but, doing everything that I could in order to excel. And, I end up at an Ivy League institution. So, I feel like just in that one example, it shows people, listen, it's possible, I didn't know that was going to happen. Little Black girl growing up in Philly, so, but I'm the fresh princess.
Come on.
Of Los Angeles. Let's go. So, again, everything that I've been handed, I've always just tried to make the very, very most of it and to do my darndest to set an example. And even with the characters that I played, to be able to show like, hey, look, you never have to be locked in any type of a box. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I am not a monolith. You are not a monolith. We are not monoliths. And so there's different layers to us, and I'm just all about peeling back those layers.
Yes. Oh, look, it's all about the mindset. It doesn't matter where you come from, where you are, where you live, none of that, baby. It's all about the mindset. Look, because so many people are making excuses, today as to why you think you cannot. Okay. So let me tell y'all, better let go and reach.
Let go, reach, and let God. Come on, let's go. We about to listen. I'm about to get up here and my praise dance.
Yes. I love it. I tell you, you are definitely a living testimony of what God can do, what God will do. And let me tell you, I'm just proud. I'm extremely proud. Congratulations on everything. Thank you for showing up and showing out in everything you do. I can't wait to see what's next. If you would, leave an encouraging word for our listeners today.
Yeah, I have to say again, if there's anything that you have your mind set on, anything that you want to tackle, attempt to do it. Do it. Do not let yourself, your thoughts, do not let people hold you back. Push through, breathe, believe, and you will achieve. To God be the glory.
Woo! Yes, indeed. And if you would, beautiful, look, your name is Miriam, but I don't even want to call you Miriam. I mean, today you about to just be Stacy. As you can see, that was my favorite. I'm telling you. Oh, hats off, baby. Hats off. Please let them know how they can connect with you.
Yeah, definitely. So, you can always hit me on Instagram, Threads, TikTok at Robyn Hood Music. That's Robyn with a Y. Holla when I fly by. And, hit us up at the label. We're always looking at new artists, producers, so on and so forth. And that is Truth Teller Productions. Again, on Instagram, Threads. Tap in with us. We always drop in new music, all that good stuff. So yeah, holla at your girl.
All right. Well, look, I want to run that back for a minute. You said you all are always looking for new artists. If you can expand on that a little bit.
Yeah. So, I've collabed with a ton of artists, whether I'm writing or I'm actually like on the track, a variety of people from, Davi Diggs to Common to Sierra. I did a song called Melanin that I wrote Lupita Nyong'o, her verse for. So Esther Dean was on that track, Lala Anthony, City Girls. So like I said, I'm out here, just constantly networking. Clay James, Scotty ATL, and the artists that I work with and the producers that I work with. Shout out to Air Jordan and Easto, aka Chris Herbie Holland, my main producers for the label. They're just constantly, making beats, constantly writing, lyrics and everything. So they've had the opportunity as well to network with, different artists. But it all starts with the label, a common mindset. And, if you come and you work with us, listen, all we're doing is, like you say, reaching for the stars. That's all we do.
Ooh, let me tell y'all, if y'all go and work with her, you better know if you're going to be by her, you better be ready to work.
Yeah.
Be ready to
work and be touched. Okay. Let's go.
Yes. Look, let me ask, have you done any modeling?
You know what? I started out modeling kind of like before I got into acting. My dad was really big into like, oh, you're tall, slim, you should get into modeling. So I've done a little bit. And then there's a company that I work with called Wild Things brand. Really dope company. I mean, the gear, the clothing is really dope, kind of like, urban, but it's definitely like level, like it's levels to it, so they're definitely next level. So check them out on the gram, Wild Things brand. And so I've been doing some work with them, and I'm going to continue to work with them. I'm kind of like an ambassador, like an unofficial, ambassador for them. But yeah, Wild Things. Yeah, definitely.
All right, y'all. Wild Things. I tell you, I believe she is a wild thing, y'all.
Yeah, it works out, when things are aligned. And that's something else that I would say to people, when you're praying about things that you want, you want to make sure that it's aligned with God. And if it's not aligned, things are not going to go the way that you would want to go. So you want to make sure that you're praying to be in the right rooms with the right people, because, listen, all money ain't good money. Oh, so you want to make that part. Yeah, you want to make sense of your situation, spiritually, physically, financially, emotionally, like make sense.
Yes. Yes, yeah. I love it. And
I got bars, Claudia. I'm over here dropping bars.
I mean, look, that's just you. I believe, just every day you're probably dropping bars in conversation because it comes natural.
And I pick up on the things, that people say to me, you know what I mean? So it's like, anything that someone can say to me, I'm taking it in. It's like the acting, it's talking and listening. It's like, wait, what was just said to me? How can I apply that to my life? Does it apply to me specifically? So it's all day is teachable moments. Like I said, it's a lot of hours in a day. So, how much can you learn?
Wow.
Yeah.
Come on, teach. Add that, teacher, mentor. Look, go ahead and add that. And I asked
Yeah.
about model because you're absolutely gorgeous. And
Oh, thank
yes,
you.
when I was looking at your music video of
Yeah.
Reach, I'm
Yeah.
like, you're amazing. You know how you had your face made up and
Yeah.
everything, and just your moves. Girl, child,
Thank you.
y'all.
Thank
Oh, I'm speechless over here. Y'all, you already know you're gonna have to come and see me in Atlanta on Preach the Word
Oh my
Worldwide
gosh.
Network.
Okay, most definitely. I didn't know where you were based, but
Well,
actually
I'm
I
in
just had a
Richmond,
meeting.
Virginia. I'm in Richmond, Virginia
Okay.
here, but I go
Okay.
to Atlanta now to do my television show. So yeah, you're gonna
Okay.
have to come see me there so we
Yeah,
can.
I was just talking with my team. I actually Atlanta is on the docket. So I'll keep you posted when I'm heading that way.
Okay, let me know. Let me know. Look,
Absolutely.
y'all. I've been talking to the beautiful Miriam Hyman again, aka Robin Hood, aka Dre from The Shy, aka Stacey Marks from Power, and the list
Okay.
goes on and on, y'all. I love this woman so much. Y'all make sure y'all follow. Again, let them know one more time how they can connect with you.
Yes, at Robin Hood Music. That's Robin with a Y. Holla when I fly by. Tune in, tap in. I'm here. I'm out here.
All right, y'all. We're gonna take it out with Reach. Remember, y'all got to let go. Sometimes you got to let go to reach.
Absolutely. Peace.
Ooh, I could have been there, but I would rather be here. Now I ain't trying to preach, but can you tap your neighbor on the shoulder, tell them to reach higher than the clouds, higher than the clouds, higher than the sky. Oh, keep on reach, way beyond the clouds, way beyond the clouds, way beyond, higher than the sky. Keep on reach, higher than the clouds, higher than the moon, higher than the sky. Keep on reach, way beyond the clouds, way beyond the moon, higher than the sky. Keep
Yes,
on
yes,
reach.
yes. Y'all have a blessed day, y'all. Again, shout out to my engineer today. Bless her heart working with me today. Look, until next time, y'all remember, reach, okay? Let go of some things that's holding you down so that you can reach for the stars. Until next time, y'all stay blessed and remember that you can reclaim your life.
Author Claudia Massey. To get your copy of Amazon's #1 best-selling book, Reclaiming My Life, visit www.contactclaudiamassey.com and tune in each Monday at 12 noon for Reclaiming My Life with television and radio host Claudia Massey on WBTK 1380.
Radio Poder 1380.
WBTK Richmond.
Alexa, play Radio Poder 1380.